Have you ever felt stuck learning English, wondering how to speak it better? My name is Ryan, and I found out that practice makes all the difference. One rainy afternoon, I was sitting in a cafe, drinking tea and reading on my phone. Suddenly, a group of tourists came in. They were wet from the rain and looked lost. One of them walked up to me and asked, "Excuse me, can you tell us how to get to the train station?" My heart started beating fast. I understood the question, but I wasn't sure how to answer. After thinking for a moment, I said, "Go straight, then turn left." My words were simple, but the tourist smiled and said, "Thank you." That moment showed me that I needed more practice to feel confident speaking English. That evening, I decided to do something different. I told myself, from now on, I will practice English every day. I started small. While walking home, I looked around and said things in English. The sky is gray, the cars are moving, people are walking. It felt strange at first, but I kept trying. The next day, I wanted to try speaking with someone. I went to a food stall and said, "1 tea, please." The vendor smiled and gave me the tea. It was a small success, but it made me happy. I realized that even small steps can build confidence. A week later, I saw the same group of tourists again. They were looking for a restaurant this time. One of them asked me, "Do you know where we can eat?" I smiled and said, "Yes, there is a good place 2 streets away. I can show you." They were happy, and we walked together. Along the way, they told me about their trip. I listened and answered their questions. My English wasn't perfect, but they understood me, and that felt amazing. Every day, I practiced more. I learned to talk about simple things, like what I was doing or what I saw. These small moments gave me the courage to keep going. In the next part, I will share how listening and speaking exercises helped me improve even more. Stay tuned. After deciding to practice English daily, I realized that listening was just as important as speaking. One day, I borrowed an old radio from my friend. It had an English news channel, and I started listening to it every evening. At first, it was hard to understand. The speakers talked fast, and many words were new to me. But I didn't give up. I focused on catching the main ideas and repeated some words aloud. To make it more fun, I also began listening to English songs. I chose simple songs with clear lyrics and tried singing along. It made learning feel like a game. I learned new phrases like, "How are you doing?" and "Have a nice day," without even realizing it. One evening, my neighbor Mr. David came by. He was an English teacher, and when he heard about my practice, he offered to help. He suggested that I start speaking to myself in the mirror. "Imagine you're talking to someone," he said. I followed his advice. Every morning, I stood in front of the mirror and practiced sentences like, "Good morning, how are you?" and "I would like a cup of tea, please." It felt strange, but it helped me speak without fear. Soon, I wanted to try speaking with real people. I went to a park where many tourists visited. I sat on a bench and waited. Finally, a woman with a map approached me and asked, "Do you know where the museum is?" My heart raced, but I smiled and replied, "Yes, it's near the fountain. Go straight and you will see it." She thanked me, and I felt proud. From that day, I made it a goal to speak to at least one new person every week. Sometimes it was a simple conversation like asking for the time. Other times I tried longer talks, like discussing the weather. Each conversation made me a little more confident. By listening and speaking daily, I noticed real progress. My words flowed more easily, and I started to enjoy using English. In the next part, I'll share how reading and writing also helped me improve. Stay tuned. As I continued practicing English, I realized that reading and writing could help me improve even more. One day, I went to a small bookstore in town. I found a simple English book with short stories. I decided to buy it and read one story each night. At first, it was difficult. There were many words I didn't know. But instead of stopping, I kept a notebook nearby and wrote down new words to learn later. Reading became a daily habit. I read stories about adventures, friendships, and everyday life. The more I read, the more I noticed how sentences were formed. I started to see patterns in grammar and learned how to use new words. Each story felt like a little lesson, and it made me enjoy learning. At the same time, I began keeping a journal. Every night, I wrote about my day in English. My sentences were simple at first. Today, I went to the park. I saw children playing. The weather was sunny. But as time passed, my writing improved. I started adding more details and using new words I had learned from reading. One day, I decided to share my journal with Mr. David, my neighbor. He read a few pages and smiled. "You're doing great, Ryan," he said. "Your sentences are clear and you're using good vocabulary. Keep writing every day." His encouragement motivated me to keep going. To challenge myself, I began writing short letters to friends. Some of my friends spoke English, and they were happy to reply. Their letters helped me learn even more phrases and expressions. I also tried writing short stories about my own experiences. It was fun to imagine different situations and put them into words. One evening, while writing in my journal, I realized how much I had improved. My thoughts flowed more easily, and I could write longer sentences without stopping to think. Writing helped me organize my ideas and remember what I learned. Reading and writing became a big part of my English journey. They helped me think in English, use new words, and express myself better. In the next part, I'll share how combining all these skills made me more confident and fluent in English. Stay tuned. After months of practicing listening, speaking, reading, and writing, I noticed a huge change in my confidence. English no longer felt like a foreign language. It was becoming part of my daily life. But the real challenge was using all these skills together. One day, my neighbor, Mr. David, invited me to an English-speaking meetup in our town. The idea was to gather people who were learning English and give them a chance to talk in a relaxed setting. I felt nervous at first, but decided to go. When I arrived, I saw people of all ages sitting in small groups, talking and laughing. Mr. David introduced me to a group of friendly learners. They welcomed me warmly and asked me questions like, "Where are you from?" and "What do you do for fun?" At first, I stumbled over my words, but as the evening went on, I became more comfortable. I realized something important that night. Everyone was there to learn and improve, just like me. No one judged my mistakes, and we all encouraged each other. I practiced telling a story about my favorite trip, and they listened patiently. When I finished, one of them said, "You explained it so well. You're doing great." The meetup became a weekly habit. Each time I felt more confident and fluent. I learned new phrases, shared ideas, and even helped others who were just starting their English journey. The experience taught me that combining all the skills I had practiced, listening, speaking, reading, and writing, made my English much stronger. Now I feel proud of how far I've come. I can watch movies without subtitles, have full conversations with new people, and even write long letters without struggling. But the most important lesson I learned is this: improvement takes time and effort, but every small step counts. If you want to improve your English, remember to practice every day. Start small, stay consistent, and don't be afraid of making mistakes. Use every opportunity to listen, speak, read, and write. You will see progress, just like I did. Do you have a favorite way to practice English? Share it in the comments below. Don't forget to like this story and subscribe for more tips and inspiring stories to help you on your English journey. Keep practicing. You've got this.